from the Chiefs and Eagles going head-to-head in Super Bowl 59 down in New Orleans. Of course, we'll continue to get you ready for all of it here on NFL Live. And we've got both teams covered today. Michelle Steele is with the Chiefs, Sal Palantonio with the Eagles. We'll begin with you, Michelle. Excuse me, Sal, we start with you. Tell us the latest there in Philadelphia.
Well, I had a chance to sit down and talk with Nick Sirianni one-on-one because I really wanted to gauge where this team was after winning the NFC Championship game, beating the Washington Commanders. And, you know, just getting a sense of the ups and downs of this season. I was with them in Brazil. I was with them in Tampa when they lost. So I've seen it all. And I wanted to get a sense from him of where things are. And here's my Q&A with Nick Sirianni on the mood of this football team. Nick, what do you like about this team on the doorstep of going back to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I really like our togetherness, that we constantly think about team, the selflessness of being a teammate, the celebrations together, the time spent together, not wanting to let each other down. I think that, it's not the best groups of individuals that wins, it's the best teams that win. And our guys have done so much to come together as a team as the year has continued on.
They've had this intense period of self-scouting that they've done, especially where it concerns the Kansas City Chiefs, beating them last year on Monday Night Football, losing 2 years ago in Super Bowl 57. They've gone through that tape in detail, and Nick Sirianni has made detailed notes for every single player, what he wants to see differently. They've spent the week installing the game plan. They're out on the practice field coming off shortly, and they will have practice tomorrow before they leave for Louisiana on Sunday. Now for more on the Chiefs, here's my friend Michelle Steele. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Sal Pal. Good stuff. Now, here in Kansas City, when you've been to the Super Bowl as many times as the Kansas City Chiefs have, the last 5 of the 6 Super Bowls that they've been in, of course, perhaps it's called Chiefs fatigue. Well, they are blocking out that noise this week. They are focused squarely on what Andy Reid likes to call their Super Bowl routine. You get to have a Super Bowl routine when you've been to the Super Bowl that many times. And that means treating this week as if they were playing on Sunday. A little bit like what Sal said, putting up the game plan earlier in the week, install midweek, and of course practicing. They are using the indoor facility this week. Of course, the Super Bowl will be played in New Orleans inside. One big positive from practice is that everybody practiced. They only had 2 players who were limited on Thursday. Wide receiver Sky Moore, who they activated from IR. Unlikely he plays in the Super Bowl, but certainly something that the Eagles will have to account for, as well as right tackle Jawan Taylor. He was limited as well. If I had 2 words, Laura, to describe the overall energy and the overall vibe of this Kansas City Chiefs team, I would say, just from being around them this week, amped up. They're ready to get to New Orleans. Laura.
I love it, Michelle. I think we all are, right? We're ready to go. All right, how about this? With the rematch of Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts, it'll be the 4th quarterback rematch in the Super Bowl alongside Eli Manning, Tom Brady, Troy Aikman, Jim Kelly, and Terry Bradshaw, Roger Staubach. In each of the previous 3 instances, the same quarterback won both times. With Mahomes seeking his 4th Super Bowl win, he's looking to join Tom Brady and Joe Montana as the only players in NFL history to win 4 championships and 2 league MVPs during his NFL career. Let's get some quick reads to start the show. Mina, give me one thing you can't wait to get into with this group as we lead up to the game.
Yeah, this Super Bowl is the RPO Bowl. These 2 offenses use RPOs at the highest rate in football. They do it very well. They do it to dictate to defenses and also get a read on those defenses. How those defenses handle the run-pass option will go a long way towards determining whether they have success stopping these quarterbacks.
MK, I love that you brought up the RPO because I want to see how they are going to deploy just a read. Will he be an inline box tackler? Will he be a guy that has the disguise and try to get over the top of A.J. Brown? You think about this defense and how Steve Spagnuolo also likes to bring pressure. Will he be a guy that they bring when he wants to bring extra guys? Very conventional, but I think he's a key cog to this Kansas City defense dealing with the Philadelphia Eagles offense.
Well, since Mina took my initial thought, I'll go with this one. I want to see how the Philadelphia Eagles will match the stacks and bunches, the meshes, the rub routes of the Kansas City Chiefs. They did such a good job against the Buffalo Bills, and we know they were attacked that way against the Washington Commanders. And the way that the Philadelphia Eagles can hold up on the back end, especially in the second level, will be huge.
Yeah, for me, this is the ultimate X's and O's versus execution game. Kansas City offensively 7th most when it comes to pre-snap motion. The Eagles 27th most. Flip it to the defensive side of the ball. Kansas City 4th most pressures and blitzes defensively. Philadelphia the 4th least pressures and blitzes defensively. And in the fourth quarter, no team blitzes more than Kansas City. And then Philadelphia defensively, when teams motion, they have the #1 defense versus QBR and the #1 defense versus yards per play. X's and O's versus the execution is going to determine this game.
I love it.
Did Dan get like a fast pass since we in Disney? I mean, Lydell over there. But Lydell over there, when we start talking, he hitting us with the 5 because our tape finna go out. Dan done 2 tapes. He like the quarterback's last passing thing.
Well, listen, because he had a little bit extra time because we were coming to this, so that was like the unofficial welcome to the show. This is the official welcome to the show. This is NFL Live. Ryan Clark, Mina Kimes, Marcus Spears. It looks like he's at the kids' table at Thanksgiving. And Dan Orlovsky, of course.
I had the guy at the beach club gym today tell me his favorite thing on ESPN is your wave.
Oh, well, did you do it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay, I missed it. I'm sorry.
We
did. We're so glad Pat Swag back. And family is good to go. Let's dive into it, okay? We're going to start with the Bengals and Ja'Marr Chase. We saw the Pro Bowler last night. There he is today. He's entering the final year of his rookie deal. He'll likely reset the wide receiver market this offseason. Currently, Justin Jefferson, the top-paid wideout, $35 million a year. I caught up with Chase this morning, asked him how he wants this to all play out.
At the end of the day, I just hope, I get what's fair at the end of the day and, doing what my worth is at the end of the day. And hopefully I don't put too much pressure on anybody, but, I just want it to be fair. That's all.
What do you think is fair?
Fair is just, what I deserve. I can't really say everything I want to say, but, it's what I deserve, it's what I worked for, it's, how hard I worked for. It's a written story already, so it should be a fair change.
Yeah. When it comes to this team, obviously you guys got close, weren't able to get it done at the end of the season. What do you hope changes for next year?
Honestly, I hope we just finish stronger, finish better, finish faster, even start off better, because, starting off better will help us in the back end of the year. So it's just the smaller things that we got to clean up, get a couple things on defense, hopefully that'll make us even more better, and, just proceed to make corrections on offense that's going to get us in the right directions.
You guys are really familiar with the Chiefs as you look toward the Super Bowl. What do you think about how they'll play in that game against the Eagles?
Everyone knows I'm not a KC fan, so I'm hoping Saquon rushes for like 200 this game, so I think overall it'll be a great game just because both sides has great players on each side.
All right, there we go. So we know Ja'Marr is picking the Eagles. Like it.
Oh, my goodness. All right, Ja'Marr Chase proved his worth that he's talking about there this season, leading the NFL in receptions, receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns. He became the 5th player since 1970 to win the receiving Triple Crown, along with Cooper Kupp, Steve Smith Sr., Sterling Sharpe, and Jerry Rice. His receptions and receiving yards broke a record for the most in